Hey, what's up guys? Mike here. I'm gonna do my own road to YCS Long Beach. Like I saw a lot of people did this, so I'm probably gonna do one of my own. So this video probably gonna contain the report of my regional lab. Sorry, I had a little cold. The report of my about my regional for last Saturday, and I'm probably gonna discuss about which deck might I play, because I'm not a very pro gamer. I didn't spend a lot of money. I cannot have a money to own a store, so I don't have like 20 decks to let me just pick one to go to the YCS. I only have a few decks. That's why I'm gonna choose one of my deck to just some sort of choose to what's going on right now. So basically, I used my Gravekeeper deck last Saturday, and I got 6 wins and 3 losses, which is total 9 rounds. And I placed at, I ranked 60 over 345. It's not a bad one, because you get it. If you got into top 48, you got invite, and you got receive some prizes. So that's basically not bad at all. And I got my invites already, so I don't want to think about it. So the 3 games that I lost to is basically 2 Dino Rabbits and 1 Insectors. So I faced 3 Dino Rabbits and 2 Insectors, and I only got 33% win rate over Dino Rabbits. But I have to say, those 3 games that I lost by 1 to 2. So I didn't get dominated by them, but basically I lost. That's the result. And so the advantages for this deck would be, like, this deck relied heavily on the back row, so you probably have the room for the finishing, bottomless, which is working good against either windups or especially Rescue Rabbit. Compulsory works amazing against Exceed deck. Starter rule. Oh, let's just not talk about it. And Torrential Tribute. And you basically, those traps you can run in this deck, including Solomon Warning. So this deck actually got some pretty much a lot of rooms for traps. So if you are going first and you got just set 1 monster or summon 1 monster and set 3 or more back rows, they probably got. Then you turn your opponent into a very pressured situation if they don't have Heavy Storm. If they do, they're probably gonna think, okay, will this Gravekeeper player has a Dark Bribe, or even worse, the Star Arrow in the back row, because he said this confidently, and he probably gonna waiting for me to drag out the Heavy Storm. So they're probably gonna think about this, and so then you got a chance. So another situation is you got a big boss monster, Cyprian Malefic Cyprian. It's a basically 4K beater, and it works amazing. And you'll be able to go over the Lagia or Doka. If the Lagia didn't negate it, Lagia can negate the summon of the Cyprian, of course, but then he will not have any materials. And another advantages is Spy against the Dino Rabbits. So for the Dino Rabbits, against the Gravekeepers, they're probably gonna drag out Lagia more than Doka, because actually the Lagia can negate almost every traps except counter trap. So if your opponent know that you are a Gravekeeper player, you rely heavily on back row, they're probably gonna use Lagia more than Doka. Then it's your chance, because when you drag out this card effect cannot be negated by the Lagia, and if the field card is on the field already, Lagia cannot even destroy this card by battle. That's how it works. So Spy actually works good. So talking about Gravekeeper, the best thing that I want to talk about is the field card, of course. The field card makes the Gravekeeper be some sort of natural anti-meta because these field cards can stop insectors, stop windups, stop a lot of cards. Like if you have this card on the field, the dragonflies or centipede cannot cannot choose the hornet in their graveyard as a equipped monster to their back row. The only solution they have probably gonna draw or search a hornet to the hand and summon one dragonfly and equip the hornet from their hand. That's probably naturally X1 if your opponent used and it easily stopped and you will clock their hand, so it's pretty good. And if they don't have the way to get a hornet into their hand, they're probably gonna lost. So another thing that I want to talk about is, wait, let me find it. The royal tributes. Yeah, you can put 2. It's officially is semi-limited right now. So if you drag out a royal tribute during the the first turn, you probably got some advantages because you'll be able to see all their spells and traps and get rid of all monsters. This situation will be bad if you're against a Dark Road, but let's face it, Dark Road is not one of the 3 major meta decks right now, so just don't think about that. The odds you facing the Dark Road and you don't know it is pretty low. And somebody might cheat. Let's see if your opponent are cutting your deck and you are cutting your opponent deck. Let's see, this is my opponent's deck. Like, I did this before, I have to say sorry, but I saw their cards on purpose. And how I learned this, because somebody did this tactics on me, so they just say, oh, Gravekeepers. I will shuffle the decks like this also. So you're probably gonna say, oh, I'm shuffling the deck, but by moving the ankle of the deck, I saw a Gravekeeper Recruiter already. That's how you saw your opponents, what your opponent's playing if you don't know. But it's a cheat way, but I have to say somebody cheated this on me. That's why I learned this. I didn't use this that much. I used only once, which is the last round, because I don't want to give up the last round. So I have to say sorry, but that's how it works. If you got a chance to just see explore what your opponent playing, it's basically not changing the cards you draw, and basically it's not draw one extra card or just like put one card on the top that you need. So yeah, that's how it works. So but overall, the Gravekeeper is a good deck, but it got some disadvantages. Disadvantage number 1, relied heavily on back row. Even though I play Dark Ride and Starlight Road in my main deck, I still face a situation that my opponent used a Heavy Storm, destroy like 2 traps, which is officially +1 for them. And the secondary, because of you run a lot of like spells, traps, so you probably don't have the room for the monsters. And if you are a pro Gravekeeper player, then your deck probably not gonna run more than 15 monsters. What if you didn't draw it? Like, I faced this situation last Saturday like 3 times. 3 rounds I don't have any monsters at all. So I suffered from direct attack a lot by small monsters because I don't want to like hit a Solomon Warning on a 1k beater. That's not the point. And the third disadvantages is because you don't have room to play the monsters, and you play like, let's see, Royal Tribute, so you probably don't have the room for maxis or more effect waiters. I personally put 1 effect waiter in my main deck, which is good. It's not that cloggy, and but if you put more, it will stuck in your hand. The reason I choose one Effect Vader instead of Maxi, because Effect Vader is a tuner. Yeah, that's how it works. So that's the advantages for the disadvantages and for the Gravekeepers. And the next deck that I'm talking about is Froggy Monarch, which is one of my favorite deck. This deck got a lot of cards to easily get rid of opponents' big monsters like Caius or Ryza, and got multiple ways to send Tribor to the graveyard like Swap Frog. You got some easily +1 not +1, easily send opponent's cards to the graveyard by using either Soul Exchange, or you can use enemy controller, something like that. And this deck relied on tributions, so this deck there's some advantages for this deck because you have a lot of room because you don't play traps anymore. You don't play any traps. You got a lot of room for hand traps such as Battlefielder, Maxi, Roadman. Oh, I don't consider this as a hand trap because it's not a point. Effect Vader, of course, another Battlefielder, and Tragodia, which is great, semi-limited right now, and Gores, yeah, Gores. So, but this deck got some disadvantages. Is this deck is easy to target when you side in some cards. Yeah, let's see if you play this deck and it consistency and it didn't clog your hand. And how about the game 2? They just like if you use Swap Frog, they just look. Oops, I got this in my hand. Yeah, that's too bad because if you draw a lot of high-level monster instead of like let's see enemy controllers, Ryo, or like what's that? Oh, Soul Exchange. You probably don't have any solutions at all. And the other disadvantages for this deck is you can only normal summon once per turn. If your normal summon is negated by warning or judgment, let's see, you're probably in a huge disadvantages right now. That's how Froggy Monarch works. And the another one is Reborn Tanker is dead. I was playing this before the ban list, and now I switched to 2 Sonic King Ryo and 1 BLS. Yeah, that works good right now, at least. So this deck actually got some. That's all the advantages for disadvantages for the Frog Monarch. So yeah, and other decks that I wanna consider to play would be one Machina Gadgets, because this card works very good against Insector, like windups, or not windups, works good against let's see, yeah, maybe works amazing against Dino Rabbit, because if your opponent didn't use the Lakia to negate it, the 25 attack point just can go over all the exist monsters. And another deck that I don't think I'm gonna play this, which is a X-Saber deck, because it's not a good format for X-Sabers. Yeah, and they're not very strong, not an epic deck at all. And the last one is my fun deck. I'm not gonna choose this because, yeah, that's why it is a fun deck, because it's not powerful. It used to be powerful before, which is 4 years ago, before the Synchro came out. Yeah, which is Crystal Beast. So that's all the decks that I have right now. So completely have, maybe should I say. So I'm probably gonna those two are my major choices. Choices number 1, Natural Antimeta, Gravekeeper. Choice number 2, Hand Traps deck, Frog Monarch. Those two are the decks that I might to use this at YCS Long Beach. And yeah, if you guys have any comments about maybe like which deck should I play, or what tactics should I look for, or the tips, just leave a comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.